Hi, this is Chuck Vosberg, and in this lesson we're going to learn another way to make selections called a quick mask. In this case, we want to be able to make a selection so that we can do an artistic filter on the background of this bird without affecting the bird itself. And in order to do that, we're going to need to be able to make an accurate selection. So to do this, we're going to make a quick mask. Now, just to give ourselves a head start, I'm going to go to the Magic Wand tool here in the toolbox, make sure its tolerance is set to 32, and click in the body of the bird. That'll give me a little bit of a head start. Now, down in the bottom of the toolbox, I'm going to click the button that puts us into Quick Mask mode. And you'll notice that anything that is masked is indicated with red, and anything that's not masked is transparent. In order to deal with this mask, I'm going to need to zoom in a little bit. And we use our brush tool. So over here in the toolbox, about a third of the way down, I'm going to get my brush tool. And then in the options bar at the top, I'm going to choose a brush. For this project, a nice sharp-edged brush would be appropriate, so I'm going to choose one. And you can see by the circle here what size the brush is going to be. You can adjust the brush size by pressing the bracket buttons on the keyboard. They're right next to the letter P. Now here's how this tool works. You'll notice over here in the toolbox there are a couple of color swatches, the black one and the white one. Whichever one of these looks like it's in the front is called the foreground color. In this case, that would be black. Black adds the mask to this. If I go over here to this small curved arrow just above these swatches to switch them, now white's in the front. Well, white takes away the mask. So that's how this tool works. Black adds the mask, white takes it away. So I'm going to go in here and just carefully paint out the mask on this bird. Now, a nice thing about this is if you make a mistake, you can simply go down here to that little curved arrow, switch to a black, and just go back in here and fix it right up. I'm going to switch back to white and proceed with my mask. Need to make my brush a little smaller for the beak, so I'm going to use the left bracket button on the keyboard right next to the letter P. I'm going to go through here and just paint out this mask. This is way easier than using the lasso tool on things like this. Make my brush a little bigger using the right bracket. This quick masking technique makes quick work of this kind of a project. And I'll go down here and get these legs real quick. All right, very good. Alright, so I've got a nice mask of this bird. The next step is to go back to the bottom of the toolbox to the Quick Mask button and click on it again, and that converts the mask into a selection. As a selection is what we really need here. And since I put a little bit of effort into this, it would be a good idea to save this selection. There's a menu at the top of the screen that deals with selections, the Select menu. I'm going to go down to Save Selection. I'll give this a name that makes sense, like Bird, and then click OK. Well, now this selection has been saved, and later on, if I had gone to Select and deselected this, and I need to bring that selection back, can simply go to the Select menu, down to Load Selection, and here's my selection right here. Incidentally, you can have up to 99 saved selections per document, and they'd be here in this list if we had more than one. Click OK, and there, my selection's back just like I saved it. Now in this case, I've got the bird selected, but I really would rather have the background selected because that's the part that I want to change. So I'm going to go to the Select menu at the top of the screen and go down to Inverse. That switches the selections so that the opposite is selected. Well, now that I have my background selected, I can go to my Filter menu at the top of the screen, choose a nice filter. I like Artistic Watercolor, and the preview will come up. It's a nice effect. I can go over here, make some adjustments. All the other filters are available here to try out. You can try them out before you apply this. And all of them, of course, have adjustments over here on the right. And I'd also like you to notice that the other varieties of filters are down here. Like Brush Strokes has some nice ones for this project that we could try out. But in this case, I think I'll stick with watercolor. Make my adjustments up here. And finally, when I'm satisfied with it, I can click OK up here in the upper right to apply it. And you can see that's been applied to the background of my picture. These filters under the Filter menu are really a lot of fun, and I'm sure you'll have a lot of hours having fun with these. So make your selections that are difficult using a quick mask, and that'll allow you to be able to affect only certain areas of your picture.